حول ولا أهلا وسهلا وكل عام وأنتم بخير ما شاء الله تبارك الله. اليوم 11 من 3 1448 هجري والموافق بيوم الاثنين ما شاء الله تبارك الله. أهلا وسهلا. It is the 11th of the third Hijri calendar, Rabi al-Awwal 1448 Hijri, and it is a fasting day in the south, mashallah tabarakallah. It is also celebrations. Was like to celebrate, even as we see, we to celebrate to see. Sometimes we are asked to join a friend or a relative to a party, and just because it's a party, we want to party. MashaAllah, barakallah. However, yani, I'm coming on the live this evening, mashallah, because it's the 11th. We are about to enter the 12th. The 12th is 1 plus 2 is 3, and it's the third month in 1448. Okay, so whereas the soul tribes, we only do admissions and acknowledgements at this stage of the evolution, because of the mothers and fathers unable to identify where Jannah and Jahannam is to the next generations. Okay, that was the endangerment of the species that happened in COVID. Okay, when your grandchildren saw you in a costume, and me saw me in a costume, trying to be masked and screened, they already had been activated to know that the past civilization was destroyed when they closed the mosque of Allah. Okay, people. We as architects and engineers of this new cycle that is incoming, which is a sun cycle, most of you are unaware of what has happened to you, but most of you have been returned to that dormant cycles. Okay, it's not judgment, people. It is here in order to safeguard the next generations, which is of utmost importance. Okay, they have not sinned, they are innocent. Okay, so the new story, as you all by now know, there is no more past. The Jannah that you believed in 6 years ago doesn't exist. It's all in your minds. Your children knows it, your grandchildren knows it. They know you don't know who you are. Okay, they know it. They will not debate with you because they are not here to argue what is authentic. They know what is the authentic systems that they are coming in with. This is ata, this is hiba, this is the gift of the heavens. When the parents and the last civilization messes up, okay, when they derail the process of the natural, authentic, original evolution, why they came, how they had to hand the baton over to the next generation, they got stuck in a story and forgot about their own story. Okay, Allah doesn't have time. Okay, time only exists in what and who has casted you in that chamber, in that prison. Okay, and until you are locked up in that prison, will you not realize that Allah does not have time and you have been captured in the wrong timeline where you were supposed to have woken up, because it was the dawn of the new revelation, the new story. But this story you could only learn if you found who Abdullah is and who was Amina. Okay? Because you have been indoctrinated by colonial gods, by people outside of your ambit of where you're supposed to be in conscious. Okay, Allah is conscious, you have a conscious, and you have been led astray by foreigners to tell you who your God is. Okay, who is your prophet, and how come your God did not give you a prophet. Okay, you cannot be held accountable for something you did not see. Don't you understand this? La yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wus'aha. You were supposed to remember who is Abdullah, the son. Okay, who was the father Abdullah? Abdullah was your body. The body, my body, we call it Abdullah. He is a creation of Allah if you had not poisoned it, if you did not put all the wrong information in it, if you did not get carried away with entitlements and positions and money magic and sex magic, when you did not lose yourself, when you only took care of your body, when you did not take unnecessary medications, when you did not eat when you were not hungry, when you took care of your body, then you have found Abdullah. This is Abdullah because you are going to about to find out where is Amina. Okay, Abdullah is your physical body, which was Yaqub in the past age and which becomes Ishaq because your body speaks the truth. The pain that the body gives off, the odor that the body gives off, the character nails that the body shows, it's all the elements that lives inside of you. Okay, the way your najis smells, it's all the pollution that has gone through your bodies, how you have chemicalized and how you have damaged this only truth that Allah has vested inside of us. Okay, so most of us has succumbed to that omen. Okay, we have succumbed to that fallacy that your God forgot about you in the Middle East and he sent a prophet and you didn't make it, and now you'll have to take the rap and pay the price and find salvation. People, your children will never believe how you believe because your beliefs has been very badly damaged because of your rationale. Okay, your beliefs are blind, you blind belief. Okay, your children are telling you this. You don't need anybody else to tell you this. Okay. If you had taken care of your body would be working for you today. Okay. If your organs would have been sending you wherever there's a pain in your body, it is messengers coming into you. Okay. Your body can't lie if you are truthful to yourself. Okay. That was Abdullah. If you took care of Abdullah, then he would have been able to recognize where Amina is. Amina is your heart within your soul. Okay, that is the thing that will never lie to you, will always tell you the truth. Okay, will always be there if you are in the right, but will never stand with you when you are in the wrong. That is Amina. Not the stories that you were told when you were a child. That don't exist anymore, people. That was in a dilapidated conscious of timelines. Okay, now that your children now has discovered what death is when their own parents ran away from death, it's an insult on your civilization because your own children saw the heavens destroying the last truth, the last generation, the last reality, and now they have to go back to the great mothers of their ancestors. Okay, and they will have to tell the story as to how prophecy was reached in their puberty stages when they realized that their parents had gone astray. This is the truth. This is Nubuwwah coming out now. Okay, from the Quran, people. It has your message of your destruction, of how you believe, like the Christians were destroyed in believing in a man and not believing that there was no need for a middleman. We could find guidance directly from the source. Okay, the Quran will be now scripted. Okay, the understanding that you have of the Quran is in history, and Allah doesn't have time. So we already know that you have been misled in the story in the new age. Okay. The mere fact is that 99% don't understand the Quran. They don't understand the language. They don't understand the huruf. They don't understand the conscious state of how evolution expands and contracts, how day comes and how night comes. Okay, how Allah gives where there is life, death, and where there is death, life. Yuliju layla fi nahari wa yuliju nahara fi layl. So the 1% of people who believed and been following and took up leadership, it's only 1%. They will now be irrelevant. Religion will become irrelevant in the stage because they don't hold the truth any longer. It is now the time where quantum physics and epigenetics The higher self is now in full operation, people. They will not accept another story because they know their own story. They can tell the story as to who Allah is, who is Nabi Idris, who is Nabi Ibrahim, because they have interacted with those conscious sources and nodes. It's not mystical. It's only when Allah gives you access to it. But you didn't miss anything unless you did. Will you believe that the prophets are dead? But no prophet came if it was not his time to arrive in your conscious state of mind. Okay? You are not going to die in your body, you die in your conscious. Most of us has died in conscious, and we have still remained in the past, in the dark room, trying to figure out what the hell went wrong with us. Okay? Your children has been given the upgrade, okay, the expansion of the story. They have been given the operational manual as to how the new reality is going to be unfolding, and it's not going to happen in the Middle East. It's not going to happen in the Far East. They're not going to be in the Crusader wars fighting over gods that cannot take care of mosques. That's crazy, people. Please wake up to that devastating situation that you've been living in, to say that the heavens cannot safeguard its own Aqsa. Aqsa is inside of us. We don't need a mosque outside of us. If we take care of our masjid, we will find the Aqsa of our story, why we came, what conscious line we are in, and what is the age of our puberty. Are we still a child of innocence, or have we corrupted our DNA and our purpose and our ability, our potential to reach higher levels than what angels supposed to have left? Okay? Most of us don't have a clue what we are doing here. We are mostly the slaves of the capitalist systems, consumers of religion. Your gods, the God that you call, whatever you call that God, it's the shaitan, people. Your God of money is more powerful than Allah. You know that. Don't lie to yourselves. Your children has confessed it to Allah this. قَالَ بَلْ أَقْرَرْتُمْ قَالُوا بَلَا أَقْرَرْنَا وَشَهِدْنَا عَلَى ذَلك. Okay? You made money the ultimate, as parents today. You made money as if it was irreplaceable, and you made God replaceable in the eyes of Allah. Okay? There's no way that you can be forgiven if you cannot forgive yourself. You have to admit the crime that you've done against humanity, against your own households. Okay? The next generation, this is the new story. They know who Allah is. You don't know who Allah is. They know who Muhammad is. They don't need to follow a religious script, because that was scripted. It's a script that somebody's following. All the answers are inside of us. We are conscious people. We can't die. Once you die, you will come back into a new story, a new life. Now you have gone over the last 7 nights. You died. You don't know what death is, because death is inside of us. It is when your conscious goes into the end of a script, of a chapter, and a new chapter is open, a new kitab is open, but you cannot read your books. You have no guidance there. You are in the dark as a past civilization. That is fi nari jahannam. You are and I am in hell now. Okay? That is Jahannam, because what you done in that past age, to believe that God forgot about you and the Prophet missed you and you have to be redeemed for the sins, which God sends you as a sinner and then still exploits you to want to hold you accountable. There is no rahmah, people. There is no foresight. That is why the next generations, in the epigenetics and the physics that is now coming into the fore, and it is quantum, it is the Q age, it is the Qiyam age, people. Only those who qualify to enter Qiyamah are honored people. They are honored souls. They are in Qiyam. They are now leaving the graveyard that people are paying so much for, just for a legal elections. Okay, it's a dead world. That we don't subscribe to that world. Allah doesn't die, people. You gave us a God, and you made us believe that everything is only happening after we enter that black hole. You know, everything is only happening above if you are conscious, if that sama is opened up for you and you are allowed to now become one and not separate and not have the state and the religion separated. Okay, we are all one. We can never die, people. Your story that you have of who you are, wallahi, you will have to spend another 7 lives coming back to reach this kind of puberty, of wanting to be, knowing what freedom is in the presence of divinity and being part and parcel of the entire galaxy and the cosmic rhythms. Okay, your ancestors are masters, not through religion. It wasn't a religion, it's because they held their story. That is prophecy. If you remember why you came, who brought you and why you came and what pattern was handed to you, so that you can be the manifestation for the next generation, so that they cannot be extradited to other countries to seek salvation, man. Okay? You made your children pay for salvation to a God that only lives inside of us. Why must we pay for something that is free? Okay? That mindset has shifted. The Quran's meaning has flipped. وَآيَةٌ لَهُمُ اللَّيْلُ نَسْلَخُ مِنْهُ النَّهَارِ. Must understand the deeper layers, the esoteric layers of the Quran now, because your literal meaning took you back into prison. You're stuck in a civilization where you're fighting crusade wars online. Okay? Your money that has become more powerful than Allah has destroyed you, and your children have seen it and they've witnessed it. They've been witnessed in Sama, people. You living in the Jahannam, they living where there is innocence. Now, when they speak to Allah, Allah listens to them because they are speaking the truth. Those who are captured in Jahannam, Allah can't hear you because you are busy worshipping the shaitan. All religions will not survive this because it was colonialism that had gone on. We found a God outside, and we've now discovered that the God was always internally. Okay? And this is the time that we now get to tell our story, how our mothers had gone through this sacrifice, guys. Our grandmothers, our aunts, how they had fought every moment of our living lives where we are accountable and witnessed. How our fathers, wallahi, never compromised in selling their souls. Okay. They never were prepared for us to sell our souls. They did not want us to be infatuated with money magic. Today you are caught up in that courts and in that bank's accounts. It is magic. It is not real. You are infatuated in your minds. You cannot leave that reality, and it was destroyed. 7 years ago, you had to clean your story. Okay? And this was the new story that was incoming for you to tell your story about your mother, how she did not compromise, how she kept the Jannah is with Muhammad has a mother who also has to have a Jannah. You also have a mother. You have to go back to your mother and let your mother know that her sacrifice brought you the truth of the prophecy of Muhammad. Okay? Everything is in your book. You must just read your books. It's not that God sent you here a philosopher. You've been misguided by religious, colonial instruments and tools. People that are blind following and people that milk people's emotions but has no intellectual content in them. They have not met a Rasul. They have not met a Sahaba, but they are claiming because they are dreaming, they are imagining. They are the same like each one of us. We are all equal. Nobody is more powerful than the other. Nobody is more clever than the other. All of us has the same potential. It's just that how we've been indoctrinated over this last 50 years. That's why COVID had brought the separation and brought the division to make you understand, are you present or are you living in the past? Are you dead or are you alive? Okay? You don't die in your body, you die when your heart does not want to respond to the truth, which is necessary for you to stay and survive and to breathe. Okay? The human psychology at this moment in time, people, whatever you live, whatever you were taught for 50 years of your life, whether it be science, whether it be philosophy, the script that is coming in is a total new script in life. Wallahi. And it's only in the Quran. Only the Quran is going to give you this, but it's not going to open her doors if you are not brought Abdullah and Amina together. If you did not bring these two people together and live in harmony, that is the Sulaiman, the male and the female, the husband and the wife, the brother and the sister. They're at peace so that we can find the middle path and not be distracted. Okay? The body is clean. You have not violated her rights. You have not put in chemicals and gastrics and all these things into your body. You're not going to find Allah if you're going to mess up your Abdullah. Okay? And nor are you going to find Amina if you're going to be unjust and untruthful to yourself. Okay? Forget about the stories that you've learned as children. It doesn't exist. It was only a phase of your lives. You have to find your own story, and you have to make your mothers the greatest people of your lives, because your Jannah is. Okay? Shukran jazeelan. Enjoy the evening, and may Allah Ta'ala grant our mothers and our fathers, our great-grandmothers, the beautiful rest that they deserve for having told us the true story in their actions and not in their books. Shukran jazeelan. Wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى